Aqua Tofana is a poison that was made. I'm going to read what it is here, you guys, in a second, but essentially this poison was concocted by a particular individual for women who were in like abusive relationships, had abusive marriages, partnerships, etc. And this poison would be put in their husband's drinks so that they could kill them either quickly over a period of time. So what's going on, guys, excuse me, is because there's a lot of leftists that are upset that, Donald Trump won the election. They want to start poisoning conservative men.
Aqua Tofana. Am I right? Aqua Tofana. If you know, you know.
Insinuating certain things with those posts, and obviously in response men are saying it's not funny, it's not something to joke about. And honestly, this might upset some of you, but I feel like they're owed an apology, because whoever told them we were kidding or we weren't being serious was like lying directly to their face.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some crazy news. This new movement called the MATGA movement, MATGA, has been viral. It's been going around all over social media platforms, and we're going to talk about it. Now, what is the MATGA movement? Well, it's an acronym for Make Aqua Tofana Great Again. Now, Aqua Tofana is a poison that was made. I'm going to read what it is here, you guys, in a second, but essentially this poison was concocted by a particular individual for women who were in like abusive relationships, had abusive marriages, partnerships, etc. And this poison would be put in their husband's drinks so that they could kill them either quickly over a period of time. So what's going on, guys, excuse me, is because there's a lot of leftists that are upset that, Donald Trump won the election. They want to start poisoning conservative men. And there's all sorts of videos all across the internet right now of extremist leftist women talking about how they're going to concoct Aqua Tofana in the modern day so that they can start giving it to conservative men and poisoning them and offing them. So this is the type of insane, irrational insanity that the left never ceases to stop producing. I mean, they're insane. They're like chickens with their heads cut off. So let's read this really quick, you guys, and I'll show you guys at the end of this video some examples of people talking about how they want to bring, or how they want a resurgence, if you will, of deadly poisons so that they can poison conservative men. It's mostly conservative men that they're talking about, these leftists. So we got a Wikipedia article up on the screen right now. It says Aqua Tofana. Aqua Tofana, also known as Aqua Tofana and Aqua Tofania and Mana di San Nicola, was a strong poison created in Sicily around 1630 that was reputedly widely used in Palermo, Naples, Perugina, and Rome, Italy. It has been associated with Giulia Tofana, or Tofania, a woman from Palermo, purportedly the leader of a ring of 6 poisoners in Rome who sold Aqua Tofana to would-be murderers, excuse me. So, let's see, guys. I also have an article here. Your Body, Our Choice. Deadly MATGA movement emerges in U.S. All about women's new trend after Trump's victory. So I think this is allegedly like a picture, or not a picture, a painting of the original poisoner, the woman who crafted this. So again, allegedly this was created by this particular poisoner, and it was distributed to particular women who were going through abusive relationships, etc. And it would allow the individual who obtained the poison to kill their husbands, etc., without a trace. Now, from my understanding, I don't know a whole lot about this, you guys. All I know is that there's women who are talking online about how they want to start offing conservative men with a poison like this. But from my very rudimentary or basic research on this, which isn't that much, this consisted of lead, arsenic, and belladonna, and I think 1 or 2 more ingredients. So you can see here in this picture on the screen right now, the poisoner putting the poison into a drink. Now, from my basic research, it appears, guys, that this was sold as a makeup or a cosmetic. So if a woman bought this poison, they could put it in their makeup stand or in like wherever they kept all of their cosmetics, and it would be camouflaged, right? It was sold as a cosmetic. And I'm not sure if it was a powder that you had to, add water to or what. Again, I don't know a whole lot about this. All I know is that there's women talking about how they want to do this. So what is going on in this world, you guys? This is just, it's gone way too far. The insanity here. I really don't understand. Is this the type of hissy fit type of behavior that people, think is rational if they lose like a presidential election? I've never seen so much insanity in my life as the insanity that currently unfolds day to day here in the Matrix, right? It's just wild. Let's do a little bit more reading here. Now, this is a alleged picture of what the poison might have looked like. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen right now because my face is in the bottom left, so you can see it here. This is allegedly what the poison looked like. The first recorded mention of Aqua Tofana is from 1632 to 1633 when it was used by 2 women, Frances Lasarda and Stefania di Adamo, I'm butchering these names, to poison their victims. It may have been invented by and named after Teophania. She was executed for her crimes, but several women associated with her, including Giulia Tofana, blah, blah, blah. Again, guys, I'm butchering these names. But I believe it contained belladonna, arsenic, lead, and another ingredient that started with a C. Let's see here. The active ingredients of the mixture are known, but not how they were blended. Aqua Tofana contained mostly arsenic and lead and possibly belladonna. It was a colorless, tasteless liquid and therefore easily mixed with water or wine to be served during meals. I actually have some belladonna growing on the side yard. It's a beautiful plant. It can be highly poisonous, however. Symptoms. Poisoning by Aqua Tofana could go unnoticed, as the substance is clear and has no taste. It is slow-acting with symptoms resembling progressive disease or other natural causes. The symptoms seen are similar to the effects of arsenic poisoning. Those poisoned by Aqua Tofana reported several symptoms. The first small dose would produce cold-like symptoms. The victim was very ill by the 3rd dose. Symptoms include vomiting, dehydration, diarrhea, and a burning sensation in the digestive system. The 4th dose would kill the victim. As it was slow-acting, it allowed victims time to prepare for their death, including writing a will and repenting. The antidote often given was vinegar and lemon juice. I can't imagine that working. Yeah, I don't think vinegar and lemon juice would be an effective antidote to arsenic and lead. Man. So you have all these useful idiots running around, these leftist extremists. It's mostly women talking about how they want to start bringing this back. MATGA, M-A-T-G-A, make Aqua Tofana great again. There's so many videos on TikTok, and there's some here on YouTube too, of these people talking about how the solution is Aqua Tofana. Let's bring Aqua Tofana back, okay? These people, like their faces, the look in their eyes, they're just dead inside Hylic zombies. Imagine being so immature that because your favored presidential candidate didn't win the election, you want to start poisoning the other party. And again, it's mostly these leftist, extremist, feminist women talking about poisoning conservative men, as well as, poisoning their husbands. It's insane how many divorces there have already been, guys, because of the election. You have two people leaning different ways politically, and because the left, more often than not, cannot handle people having opinions other than theirs, there's women that are literally splitting up with, divorcing, breaking up with their husbands, their partners after a very long period of time. It's just insane. These people are not to be trusted. This is the type of insanity that the left produces, guys. You will never in your life see videos like this being produced, right? Talking about poisoning people. You'll never see videos like this being produced by conservatives, because we are the more peaceful party, you guys. That's just the case. And proof of that, go online and look up leftist meltdowns on YouTube. Go watch my first episode of my ongoing series, Creatures from the Blue Swamp. Look at the way that these people are reacting to the fact that Kamala Harris did not win the election. These people are unhinged, guys. They are not to be trusted. These are dangerous people. Again, like chickens with their heads cut off. Just running around rampant, with just foaming at the mouth, violent, etc. Having temper tantrums. But really, you're going to... And think about it this way, you guys. Think about how stupid these people are. Where they'll go online after they recorded videos about talking how they want to poison conservatives. They'll literally post it online for the world to see. Are you that stupid? Do you really think we're not going to save your videos and report you? Some of these videos, you guys should be legally tried for this. You don't get to go around talking about how you want a resurgence of poisons, or, a resurgence of a particular poison to kill people that don't fucking believe the things that you believe in or align with your political views. Is this where we are as we inchworm to 2025, guys? This is fucking nuts. This is fucking nuts, and it shouldn't be tolerated. You guys, I don't ever understand this particular website. It always glitches. Aqua Tofana MATGA movement. After South Korea's 4B movement, the MATGA movement is a recent online trend in the U.S. by women who are reportedly upset over Donald Trump's victory in the presidential elections. MATGA is a counter to Trump's popular Make America Great Again MAGA slogan. After Trump's win, fears over abortion rights have grown among women. So women are now filming murder fantasy videos in which they face or lace men's drinks with deadly poisons. It's hard for me to read this, you guys. I'm having some vision issues lately. Terming it a justifiable response to fears over abortion rights, but this move has also received criticism online. Whoa, don't you say? My God. Some women are apprehensive over Donald Trump's return to the Oval Office and therefore are using a centuries-old metaphor about women poison. Yeah, see, they're trying to chalk it up as a metaphor now, guys. My God. The MATGA movement is a recent online trend. How sad is that that's a trend? The MATGA movement is a recent online trend in which some women humorously advocate for reviving Aqua Tofana, a 17th century poison used by women to kill and escape their abusive husbands, according to the Newsweek. The MATGA movement hits out at... Again, guys, I apologize. I'm having serious issues with my left eye lately. The MATGA movement hits out at Trump's popular Make America Great Again slogan. This is disgusting, you guys. I didn't read this particular article before I turned the camera on, but look at this. Look at this right here. Right here. The MATGA movement is a recent online trend in which some women humorously advocate for reviving Aqua Tofana, a 17th century poison used by women to kill and escape their abusive husbands, according to Newsweek. Humorously advocate for reviving Aqua Tofana? That's not funny. What the, like, really? And this is economictimes.com? See, this is an example of how the left looks after themselves, right? Now they're trying to, these big mainstream news outlets are now saying that it's all a metaphor or it's all just a humorous joke. My God, guys, you really don't think that there's people out there? There's people out there that wouldn't hesitate to poison conservatives, especially when you look at the left and their extremist views and the way that they behave online. I mean, there's hours and hours and hours of meltdowns, guys. These people are unhinged. They're insane. You shouldn't be able to joke around about poisoning people. As part of the MATGA movement, women have As part of the MATGA movement, women have referenced both Trump campaign's motto and Giulia Tofana, again, I'm butchering that name, a historical figure whom they have adopted as their inspiration. Gaia or Giulia Tofana was an Italian woman from the 17th century who gave poison Jesus, this is not written right, guys. I think you catch my drift. There's a bunch of typos in this. Tofana's infamous concoction, Aqua Tofana, blended deadly ingredients like arsenic and belladonna, according to reports. The poisonous mixture, which reportedly left no trace post-mortem and had no taste, was typically concealed in everyday cosmetic containers, allowing unsuspecting husbands to remain oblivious to their approaching demise. Oh, what a humorous thing to talk about, right? How funny. I mean, I cannot believe that this article said that this was a humorous spin on something. This is disgusting. Now, this is, again, allegedly what the individual who made this poison looked like, and she would distribute it to people, or women, only women, who had abusive husbands and abusive relationships. So I don't know what was going on back in the time with her. All I know is that this shit nowadays is not acceptable. You don't poison people just because they don't align with your political views. Now, from what I've read also, you guys, I think, is it Giulia Tofana? Her name? I can't remember. Again, I'm not doing hours of research on this. I'm responding more so to the insane leftists that are talking about this poison. I'm not going to do some big deep dive on the history. Maybe I will in the future, and I'll do a really concise video talking about all the details of who this lady was, etc. Now, from what I have read, this particular individual, this Giulia Tofana, or I think that's her name, she would only distribute it to people that she knew. So essentially what would happen is, if you were to be a client of hers, you would have to know someone who knew her and had gotten the poison from her. It wasn't like they just sold it at the store. Oh, poison for your husband. It was illegal. So you had to know someone who knew someone who knew someone, if you catch my drift. And then you could get this poison concealed as a cosmetic, and then you could start applying, or putting it in your husband's drinks and meals. I think a lot of the stuff online says that they put it in fluids, but from what I've read, you could apply it to food too. And the poison was engineered in a way to make it look like the poisoning wasn't a poisoning, that it was like a natural cause, right? This is also sick. Again, I'm not saying that you should be able to abuse your partner. Again, I don't know what was going on back in the day. Culture was much different back then. Maybe there were some people that, there was no other option. But really, you're going to try to fucking poison people in 2024 as we inchworm towards 2025 just because you don't like their political beliefs or because Trump won the election? How sick. How disgusting. I'm not shocked because, as I've said a million times before in videos, this is a hellish realm. This is like a purgatory type realm. Evil has ran rampant for so long, and it's just out in the open now, you guys. It's right out in the fucking open. We're going to start wrapping this one up, and at the end of this video, you guys, I'll show you some clips of these people online, these extremists, talking about how they want to, make Aqua Tofana great again, right? Let's start poisoning people. How disgusting. This movement comes after misogynistic phrases like "your body, my choice" went viral online following Trump's presidential win, with men messaging random women online threatening them that their bodies are no longer belong to them. That is absolute bullshit. You show me one instance or one video of a man messaging a woman saying, "Oh, it's my body now, not yours." This is a bunch of lies, guys. 99% of conservatives would never behave this way. We're the more mature party. And that's just, you don't see videos of conservative meltdowns, guys. You don't see videos of conservatives talking about how they want to poison people who don't believe in their political views. You don't see that. This is disgusting. Here's a little dirty tyrant right here. Little Hylic zombie. I'm assuming that we'll all download all these and play these at the end of the video, you guys. I'm not going to play these right now because I'm having playback issues with this computer. If I click this, it'll open up a bunch of pop-ups. So I'll download these. I'll attach them to the end of this video. MATGA. Make Aqua Tofana great again. A TikTok women's movement to poison men who support Trump. Again, MATGA. Make Aqua Tofana great again. A TikTok women's movement to poison men who support Trump. Does this not make you sick? First it was shaved heads, blue bracelets, and now it's poison and poison rings by Dr. Margaret Aranda. First they spoke of shaving their heads and wearing blue bracelets. Again, I'm not going to open that because it's going to open a bunch of pop-ups. But if you guys want to hold in till the end of the video, you can see a compilation that I've put together of these insane people talking about this poison movement. While many online have framed this latest movement as how is this a movement? How has this not been shut down? This is like premeditated murder, guys. While many online have framed this movement as a modern-day reminder of the long-standing fight for women's rights, some critics have argued that referring to a deadly poison, even in jest, can send wrong messages. Huh? What type of website is this? Look at how they've framed the verbiage, guys. What do you mean some people think this is a wrong message? Of course it's wrong. While many online have framed this latest movement as a modern-day reminder of the long-standing fight for women's rights, some critics have argued that referring to a deadly poison, even in jest, can send the wrong message. Imagine, guys, imagine, just for a moment, if conservatives were the ones doing this online. Websites would not be saying stuff like this about conservatives if we were saying that we're going to poison the other party. This same website would say that we all need to be arrested, shut down, have everything, our social media platforms terminated, etc. My God, you can go online and talk about poisoning people for no fucking reason? And not have your videos taken down, but I can make a video talking about oregano oil or chamomile and have my videos taken down? Excuse me? This is an upside down world, guys. How do you not see this? One TikToker urged women who are partaking in MATGA to think about the consequences of poisoning people. Oh my God. I gotta read that one more time, guys. One TikToker urged women who are taking part in MATGA to think about the consequences of poisoning people. Oh, gee. Oh my God. This is just insane. This is too much. Am I dreaming? I'm gonna pinch myself. Is this a fucking dream? You do know those videos can be used against you, right? The internet is forever. Well, yeah. Oh, this website glitches, guys. Where was that? You do know these videos can be used against you, right? The internet is forever. Also, the 1600s were a lot different than 2024 advancements in detecting poisons. Yeah, you really don't think that they can do like some type of test to find arsenic in your body? You really don't think that, they, like, what are you, stupid? Look at these. These are all videos of these women, guys, talking about poisoning people. We're going to put these together in a compilation at the end. This isn't the 1600s, guys. This isn't the 1700s. Or the 1700s, excuse me. And again, I think I said this earlier in the video. I didn't get much sleep last night, you guys, so apologies for the jumbled verbiage. But the left and these extremists are so stupid that they just go out into the internet and tell the world including the people that they want to poison. Hey, we're going to start concocting poisons. They tell you what they're going to do, which shows you just the low IQ, low intelligence level of these individuals, where you're going to go on and record a video of how you want to kill people with a poison just because they don't, align with your political views. You're going to post that on the internet, on TikTok, and on YouTube, and on Instagram, these giant worldwide social media platforms. You really don't think that you're going to get some flack for that? Do you really think that we're not going to save these videos and use it against you? Man. Disgusting, guys. What is this? One clip shows a user reacting to the misogynistic phrase, "Your body, my choice," that reportedly went viral after Trump's win against Democratic Party leader Kamala Harris last week. The words "Aqua Tofana isn't that hard to make" are superimposed over the footage as the woman makes the throats... I'm not going to say that. Read this right here, guys. Again, certain words that I've already used in this video can get the videos flagged, so hopefully this doesn't get taken down. I am not making this video to glorify this movement. I'm calling it out. This is an educational video, not only to help expose this stupid, murderous movement, but to warn people. Warn people. I mean, if you're going to a restaurant in a deep blue city, guys, a Democrat city, with a MAGA shirt on, or a MAGA hat on, you better be careful as the waitress brings out your drink, or the waiter. And again, these poisons are engineered so that it doesn't just outright kill you, at least from what I've read, this ancient poison. It can be administered in a way so that it appears that it's a natural cause. But again, forensics nowadays, science, etc., has just quantum leaped in development in contrast to the 1600s. So you really think you're going to get away with this? And I'm sure most of the people, guys, I'm sure most of the women, and I think there's men talking about this too. In fact, I know there are because I've got some videos. Men wanting to poison people. Where the hell was I going with that? I had a total brain fart. Again, I slept like shit these past 2 days. I've had a lot of stuff on my plate lately, guys. It's just insane. But do you really think you can get away with this? And that's what I was saying, I think. I don't think that most of the people that are talking about this are actually going to do it, because the left, they're cowardice. They say things and then they never end up doing what they say that they're going to do. This is just something edgy that they're doing to try to get attention. But why would you try to get attention in that way? This can probably get you in serious legal trouble, and I'm pretty sure from what I've read, at least on certain message boards, etc., where people are talking about this, these videos are getting reported. They're getting sent to police, the FBI, etc. You don't get to do this, guys. So there was maybe I'll add the video of this at the end of this video. There was a woman teacher that was recently fired from her job because she was spreading a bunch of anti-Trump propaganda to her kids, the children that she was teaching. I can't remember if it was elementary school or high school. I don't think it was kindergarten. But there's videos like this all around where these extremist leftists are indoctrinating the kids that they're teaching and the young adults with their political views. It's saying that Trump's basically Hitler, etc. So if that can get you fired from your job, what do you think videos where you talk about poisoning people, where do you think that's going to, where do you think you're going to wind up doing that? Man, this is just nuts. So my little thumbnail thing in the bottom left is keeping you guys probably from being able to see this whole picture. But I'm going to scroll slowly so that you can see what this alleged poison looks like. Can I reformat that? Perfect. This is allegedly what the Aqua Tofana looked like. Let's see. What do we have on here, guys? Le Poison de Francis Marcons. I'm butchering that. Let's take a look at the symbolism on this. It kind of reminds me of the Hierophant from the tarot, and it looks like, is that an alembic? I think that's an alembic. An alchemical tool. It's not a calcinator. It might be a distiller, actually. I think that's an alembic. Looks like there's some alchemy stuff here. It looks like an apothecary, right? What do we have here? We've got a book, some potion bottles, someone crafting something. I don't know if that's the poison or not. And then what does it say on the bottle? Mana di San Nicola di Bari? Why are there children in a bucket? I don't get it. Let's open that again. It's in a different language. But yeah, it's kind of weird symbolism, huh? Apologies for the loud cars. I live in the middle of a coal mining operation. This town or county that I live in, there's less than 4,000 people living here. The county I grew up in California, there's over 1.157 million. So I literally live in the middle of nowhere. But this road next to the house is used as kind of a thoroughfare, if you will, or there's quite a bit of traffic with the coal mining trucks and whatnot. So if you hear a bunch of loud cars and trucks, that's why. That didn't sound like a truck. That sounded like a V8 vehicle, sports car. But yeah, guys, I mean, things are just getting insane, more insane by the day, right? More insane by the day. Let's look up some images. Here's another kind of interesting thing here, guys. Let's just make sure that we're recording. Are we still recording? This is an AI overview from google.com. It says Aqua Tofana was a powerful poison created in Sicily around 1630 that was said to be used widely in Italy. It is associated with Giulia Tofana. I'm just going to call her that from now. An Italian professional poisoner from Palermo who is said to have led a ring of poisoners in Rome. Tofana sold Aqua Tofana to people who wanted to commit murder. My God. You know, this may sound kind of weird to some, but I think I find poisons interesting. Not that I would ever poison someone, but I do find poisons fascinating. Have you guys ever... I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to... There's a particular author that I read that talks about the poison path, but I'm not going to associate that author with this insane movement because that author... That's not the type of poisons that the author's talking about. And they're not talking about killing people. This is insane. The name Aqua Tofana has also been associated with a TikTok movement called MATGA. Again, guys, not to be repetitive, but MATGA means make Aqua Tofana great again. MATGA. The name Aqua Tofana has also been associated with a TikTok movement called MATGA, which encouraged women to poison men. Some women in the movement shared videos on TikTok showing how to poison men, which led to public death threats and an FBI investigation. Thank God. Again, I should have done a little bit of research so I didn't butcher this individual's name, but again, this isn't like some focal point of my research. I'm just trying to spread the information so that you guys know what's going on and so that you can be safe, because don't think that there aren't people. There's people that would do this, guys. Think about how insane you'd have to be to even post about poisoning someone. Do you really think that someone that's that mentally unstable wouldn't do it, wouldn't commit the crime? What the hell is wrong with these people? This is just too much. Oh my God. Aqua Tofana, the poison that killed hundreds in the 17th century. The shocking history of Aqua Tofana, the 17th century blemish serum that killed hundreds of unwanted husbands. Again, guys, it was sold as a cosmetic so that it could be camouflaged. You're not going to sell something that says, poison to kill your husband. It's going to be sold in a clandestine fashion so that you can go under the radar and hide it right in front of the person that you're probably poisoning. In the 1600s, many Italian housewives had no hope of escaping bad marriages, so hundreds of them turned to poison to kill their husbands and collect their inheritance. Now, I don't know what happened back in the 1600s. I don't know what was going on. I'm not going to say that this is something that they should have done. I don't agree with killing people. I think it's insane. But again, in 2025, think about how irrational it is, to poison someone just because they don't believe in your political views or align with them. Things were much harder for women in the 1600s, as compared to here as we inchward towards 2025. What rights do women not have? Again, this is a big talking point with the left. They say that we men or anyone who voted for Trump voted against women's rights. What rights did you lose by Trump becoming president? Can you even tell me? No, you can't, because you didn't lose any rights. What rights did you lose? Aqua Tofana was often disguised as manna of Saint Nicholas of Bari, an ointment for blemishes. So think about this, you guys. You could literally, like, I imagine women in the 1600s, I don't know, but I imagine they probably had like cosmetic counters, or like a cosmetic shelf, or like a cosmetic cupboard, if you will. You could literally just put this right next to all of your other cosmetic stuff, and it would go under the radar. And the individual that you're poisoning might walk past that poison multiple times a day without even knowing the insidiousness inside that fucking bottle. The deadly poison of Aqua Tofana came in a pretty bottle. It was colorless, odorless, and tasteless. And for almost 20 years in the 17th century Italy, hundreds of women used it to stealthily kill their husbands. Their motivations may have differed, but the results were the same. The poison worked quickly and quietly and killed without leaving a trace. By the 1650s, it's estimated that Aqua Tofana killed some 600 people. But the truth about this elusive poison can be hard to pin down. What was Aqua Tofana? Again, guys, I'm being kind of repetitive. I've read similar stuff multiple times. I just find this fascinating, so I'm just going to keep reading. I want there to be I want there to be more than just a few. There's not very many videos about this on YouTube, so I want to make a lengthy, kind of detailed video about this. And again, I should have done some research and got the poisoner's name right, but again, I don't speak that language. It's hard to read that stuff, where she came from. What was Aqua Tofana? For women living in 17th century Italy, marriage could be a cage. They had few options aside from finding a husband, and once they had one, it was impossible to leave. So yeah, women had it way harder in the 1600s than in 2024, 2025. Women and men are equal. This is ridiculous. These leftists just want to believe that men are out to get them. It's just like a parasite in their head. And to try to convince them otherwise, it's impossible, because they have Stockholm syndrome, guys. They've been programmed to believe things that aren't true. And unfortunately, those things that they've been programmed to believe, right, cause a huge emotional charge in the individual who has that mind control installed. So once you get the emotions involved, right, it's really hard to get someone to backpedal out of that state of mind. They're emotionally invested. These people under the spell actually believe that men are out to get them, these women. Jesus Christ. But a woman named Giulia Tofana had a solution. Born in Palermo, Italy, around 1620, Tofana knew a thing or two about death. When she was just 13, a woman named Tofana Amato, likely her mother, was executed for killing what some sources have claimed was her own husband with poison. In the aftermath, Tofana carried on her mother's legacy using her old recipe. My God. She began selling Aqua Tofana, an odorless poison that she disguised as an ointment, though the exact concoction has since been lost. Tofana likely made her poison with arsenic, lead, and belladonna. And there was one other ingredient, guys, that I think it started with a C. Tofana established quite the business in Rome, where she hired associates to operate a covert apothecary to quietly sell their deadly poison among actual cosmetic products. So they did this right in front of under people's noses. Soon, men began dying by the dozens as a result of women desperate to leave their unhappy marriages or collect inheritance money and begin anew. Okay, guys, so this is a 19th century depiction of the poison ring that helped some women in Italy to kill their husbands. So I think what they would do is they would have these poison rings, they called them, and the ring was like it had a clasp or something with a watertight seal on it. I think this is how it worked. And you could put the poison in the ring and then unclasp it and then put the poison in someone's drink. So your ring may have looked like there was a stone in it, a round stone, but underneath the stone there was a poison. Or it may have been a powder that went in the ring, but the ring concealed the poison, right? So you could just walk up to your husband, give him dinner, and then, you know, maybe he got up to go to the bathroom, and with your ring you could walk right up to the food or the fluid that he was drinking, water, etc., tea, and open the ring, dump the poison in, and there you go. It's just sick. Are there any other pictures here? Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Bear with me, guys. Or you know what? I don't have really any internet out here. So this is probably going to take forever to load. Yeah, it's probably going to take forever to load. If we can, I want to show you guys some pictures. Here we go. Belladona and Arsenic. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, so this is the most common depiction of this Giulia Tofana, Tofano, however you pronounce it, this right here, that I see online, of her applying poison to a solution of water right here. The image is, there it goes. Yeah, you'll see, if you research this, you'll find this a lot, this picture. But yeah, guys, it's a concealable poison that in the 1600s and I think the early 1700s, it was damn near impossible to detect. You know, they didn't have the medical system that we have now where you could pretty much test the body for any substance nowadays. We've come a long way since the 1600s with, you know, forensics and science and medicine and, you know, biology, etc. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to start wrapping this one up. Make sure to watch the end of the video. Maybe I'll attach the videos of some of the videos of these people talking about poisoning conservatives. Maybe I'll put some in the front. But if you've made it this far in this video, please hit the like button, guys. It helps a lot with the algorithm. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my content, and hit the notification bell. That way, anytime I create a new informative video, you'll be notified. Please leave comments, guys. I can't tell you how much liking and leaving comments helps spread my messages around. And if you like my content, if you find it valuable, please, I ask you to please share it with friends and family. I really want to get my messages to more people, guys. I mean, I've been stuck at like 20,000 subscribers for like over a year now. And it's just unfortunate because you look at some of these channels on YouTube that are huge and they're not like education channels. Education isn't that big here on YouTube, unfortunately. Let's maybe do just a little bit more reading, guys. Let's see if this loads. My internet out here in the middle of nowhere is pretty bad, especially out here in the shed. The shed I'm slowly turning into a recording studio, you guys, where I'm going to do live streams and podcasts. The Serpent's Tongue is coming back, my podcast, and I will be having guests in the future. I've got to get a green screen set up in here. I've got to clean this shed up. I've got to get some sound absorptive sponging to put on the walls, etc. I've got to do some painting. I'm really going to turn this into a nice studio, you guys. But if you want to be a guest on my podcast, I will in the future provide an email where you can contact me. And if you meet the criteria, you can come on. If you want to talk about Kundalini or politics, if you have opposing views as mine, I mean, I really want to get more people. I've done, I think, 8 or 9 podcast episodes, Serpent's Tongue podcasts, but they're all me just talking, and I want to get guests on. I already know a few people that I'd like to have on, and I'll probably be reaching out to you in the coming months. Certain subscribers that have been here for a long time. This is Giulia Tofana. Can you guys see that on the screen? She's responsible for the deaths of over 600 abusive husbands in the 17th century. What? Oh, I was like, what? Did the article really say that? Let's look at this down here, guys. Read this with me. Right here. It is justifiable to lace the cups of men who voted for Donald Trump. Social media videos, romantic... This is weird, worded weird. It is justifiable to lace the cups of men who voted for Trump. Social media videos romanticizing Italian mass murderer Giulia Tofana's Aqua Tofana claim. Again, my vision, you guys, about 2 months ago, I incurred a pretty serious injury to my left eye, and my vision in my left eye is just garbage lately. Anyways, at this point, I'm kind of just being repetitive. So I hope this video helped, and I hope that you'll spread it around and, you know, tell friends and family. We should all mass report these videos of these insane lunatics to the FBI, to the police, etc. However you go about doing that, I am going to look into that. Because we can't just turn a blind eye at this, you guys. We can't just keep taking this shit, and we can't keep letting people like this get away with it. Severe social media backlash. I'm going to read this or part of it, and then we're going to wrap this video up. The campaign, meanwhile, attracted widespread criticism from all quarters, particularly from pro-Trump conservatives. Gee, I wonder why. Because we're the ones that are allegedly going to be poisoned. They are actually advocating for the killing of Donald Trump supporters through a poison called Aqua Tofana on camera, one user said on X. The only people dividing the country with these threats of violence, shooting white men, and poisoning MATGA is the very group that claims to be inclusive, another user said. Yeah, you know, the left always says that they're the party of of being inclusive, that they're all about love and etc. The only way, and I can't speak for all leftists, but a large majority of them, guys, the only way that your typical leftist extremist will be inclusive is if you have the same views as them. If you don't have the same beliefs as they do about abortion or politics, they act insane. And this is just another example, this Aqua Tofana MATGA movement, of the insanity of the left. I'm going to wrap this one up, you guys. Thank you for watching. Check out the videos that come after this clip. I'm going to stitch them to the end of this video, and may peace be with you all.